All right, pre-show shenanigans. I'm wearing my middle school soccer kit right now. Okay, it's called a kit. All right, I'm
Wait,
cultured.
hold on. Wait, first, that's from middle school and it still fits?
Oh yeah, I'm smaller. Well, I'm
Ah,
actually maybe just like a little bit bigger than I was in middle school weight wise.
yeah, but what about the height? I feel like if
I haven't grown that, like no. Don't get me wrong. Like this is small on me, but the way I'm looking at this right now, like I'll stand up real quick. You can see it. Like this was really long on me
for all
when I was
you
in middle
guys,
school.
for all you guys listening and not watching, essentially, I don't even know how to
We got some
explain this.
modeling going on right
He
now.
is pulling his
Like
shirt
for
down
example,
all the way so it
like
can
my
cover the
knees are
top
like
of his
here.
shorts.
You could see the sunburn on the knee still, and like this is a long jersey. So back in middle school, now that I think about it, this was a little too big on me. Now maybe I got to
Yeah,
post
maybe
some
a little
flicks
bit,
to
you
go
think?
check. But no, this thing fits me. Yeah, no, like this is like
I fit
you're
is a
playing FIFA. It's
very
like if you change the jersey type to fitted. That's what it feels like right now.
fit is a very it's not the term that I would use, but okay, we can go with that.
Does this look like extremely small on me?
It
You
looks
think?
like you are
It's
being
okay.
squeezed from the shoulders down.
Oh yeah, no, like these look a little.
It
Oh
looks
yeah,
like
no, these
your
don't.
chest is being
Holy! I
constricted
mean, holy
like
shit, dude,
in.
my shoulders are massive now. But like, yeah, no, I definitely see that now. Now that you point that out, yeah, no, no,
Yeah,
it definitely kind of looks like I got like
like take a
some
corset.
kicker shoulder
You have
pads
a
on in a
you have
way.
a corset and it's just pulling down your
No,
shoulders. You've
the
got a
best way I
shoulder
could say
corset.
it looks like as if I'm wearing like an 1880s football uniform where they have the little leather shoulder pads and the helmets. That's kind of what this looks like to a degree, you
A
know?
little bit, but it
It's
seems like
just
it's
they
more
had
pulling
swag
down.
back in and they wore long sleeves for
It's
football.
like
And
you
that's
have
kind of what
elastic just pulling your shirt down
yeah, no. Now that you pointed out, this definitely doesn't fit me. Will I
at
continue
all.
wearing it though? Yes, it's sick as shit. But
It
yeah,
should go in the rafters.
thrown on the
With
middle
Dragon
school.
Slayer's jersey. Throw it back to that
True,
episode.
true, true, true. We could toss them up together, or maybe we could hit a jersey
That one
swap
needs
or
to be
two.
framed and signed.
Yeah, I mean, we could put that up for charity. I mean that'll
It
do
would get
well.
a big,
That'll
big.
get big
It would get a
bids.
substantial amount of money
Yeah.
in the area that we're from.
No. Yeah, the
It
Dragon
is
Slayer
a
jersey would
historic
push
event.
P for lack
Yeah,
of a better term.
yeah, exactly.
But Everett, the real pre-show shenanigans. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So I was at the gym earlier today, as I do every day. You know, I got to get the pumps in.
Gains.
And I was just thinking about this.
Indoor gym, please tell me
Indoor.
the AC was on, or
In
else you really got to go.
where the hell are you finding an outdoor gym unless you're in like the tropics on a vacation at a nice hotel?
I'll explain. I'll get to
Okay.
it. I'll get to it.
Well, my question was, what's the weirdest thing that you've seen or have had happen to you at the gym? But clearly, there's some other stuff going on
Wait,
right
no,
now too.
let me wait. Well, I can quickly explain this first. I worked at a gym for like
Yeah.
2.5 years, like beginning a year before COVID started, up until like a year or 2 years after COVID began. So I saw the COVID gym people, and like let's just say we got some very funny people wearing like the face plastic mask thing type thing. We got many different looks, a wide variety of masks. I've legitimately seen it all. And my favorite part was, and it's pretty common, the people working out and the chin diapers.
Yeah.
Like I'll explain why the chin diapers made me upset, and it includes the outdoors that you're talking about. But I want you to enlighten me on what happened today. That was like
so it wasn't today
challenging to bring this up.
specifically. It wasn't today specifically, but things have gotten so bad to the point where now my school's gym has put up a sign saying, starting on this date, you are not allowed to work out unless you are wearing athletic attire. And it's not like people are like exposing themselves issue. It's
I was thinking like frat pledges rolling in full suits.
No.
That was my first
the
thought.
frat pledges aren't an issue. That's its own thing. But I have seen guys roll up in full jeans with flip flops on in the gym. I've seen slides, Birkenstocks, I saw a dude come in with
Hey, gotta get
overalls
that
on.
quick pump on the go, man.
Overalls. I've seen dress. I've seen a full dress in the gym before. That's a questionable decision. I applaud you for that one.
Yeah,
but it's
a lot
just
of confidence in that one.
I've seen bare feet. I know people take their shoes off sometimes to do leg presses, but I've seen full on. I hate that too. But I have seen full on bare feet on the leg press. You're gonna get athlete's foot, fam. Like that's just disgusting.
Like, yeah, for your safety, that's gross. But also, like, that's just vile.
Absolutely disgusting. We could have a whole debate on what's worth, taking your shoes off on the airplane or barefoot on the leg press.
Would like, I don't take my shoes off on the airplane ever, to be honest. Like, I never really noticed other people doing it. I only recently learned that like that was a common thing for people.
No, it's a common in quotations.
Okay, well, it's most people are aware that other people do it.
No, look, I'm gonna be straight to the point. If you take your shoes off an airplane, you are weird.
No,
you are really weird.
I can understand if it's like a
20-hour flight. You are still better. Maybe. You're still better than the people who recline onto me, because we all know that it's the unspoken law of traveling that you do not recline onto the person behind you.
Yeah.
It's the unspoken law.
Is that different rules though for first class because there's so much built-in leg room? Like,
no, the rules are universal. The only rule time it doesn't apply if you're on like a overnight, like long-term flight and you have your own little capsules that like you do actually. If that's the case, you're not
bothering anyone.
Yeah, you're not bothering when it's not affecting the person behind you.
Got it.
That's the rule.
I'll be honest. I'm not a frequent flyer, so
no. But
not that up to date.
Going back to your point, let's go back to this outdoor gym because now I'm curious where the heck that's going.
Okay, yeah. Back to the outdoor gym. So we can stay on the or actually we'll get back to the subject of the shoes. But so the gym I worked at, we had a interesting like little setup where we had a rooftop upstairs where if you were working out upstairs on the rooftop, you didn't have to wear a mask at all.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's start with this. Because you did not need to wear a mask at all on the roof, and essentially every piece of equipment downstairs was also upstairs except like the Stairmaster machine. Like everything else was upstairs to some degree, but not the Stairmaster. But there was like treadmills and like bicycles and shit upstairs.
Sorry, treadmills, not treadmills. You're not eating while you're on.
Sorry. I have a bit of a list.
It's a mill.
Treadmills and the cycle machines, you know.
The bikes.
Whenever I saw someone like chin diapering downstairs in the indoor area, that would piss me off so much because you can go upstairs, do the exact same workout just without a mask on at all. And like, that's what pissed me off, because you get what I'm saying. All right. I don't need to elaborate that any further. Like, that's just like, dude, what the hell? Just go upstairs. Like,
and that's also saying a lot because it's also in Los Angeles.
I was shocked that they let us do the upstairs thing. I was shocked.
I'm shocked that somebody with a chin diaper even made it through the front door.
I'm not trying to get political, but I literally thought Big GN might come in personally and like arrest me for letting it happen. Like, I was also told by like right when COVID first started, I was like told by my boss, like, hey, just, I don't know for sure, but there's a chance that like someone from like
CDC.
CDC might come in just to like check it out. And he was like, I don't know when, like, I don't know if this is for sure, but like, hey, just like, if you suspect one dude's like coming around, like just snooping out, checking out the place, he's not there to work out, like, what's going on. But that never happened to me. But like, I always had it in the back of mind. But what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to an extremely, extremely, extremely important episode of the Waterboy podcast. Today is episode 128, and we have the GOAT debate going on today. But more importantly, Everett, the NBA free agency is already on. Okay, it's not July yet, but it doesn't matter. Free agency has already begun. Trades are in full effect. We've had some insider scoops about other superstars on the move also come out. I also just want to say, not so hot of a take, I don't think, but the NBA offseason is more entertaining than the NBA season itself, at the minimum.
I mean, I don't think that's a hot take at all,
yeah,
considering
no, that's why I say
90%
not so
of
hot
NBA fans only show up for the playoffs, i.e.
yeah,
you
I'm
and
more
me.
so talking about us, but
Yeah.
the summer of 2019 was maybe the greatest summer ever.
No, summer of 2016 was the
news.
greatest summer ever. But in terms of the NBA, 2019.
True. You are correct. It was 2016.
In terms of the NBA, it is 2019.
But yes. But Everett, real quick, starting off with the NBA, Kristaps Porzingis has been traded to the Boston Celtics. Malcolm Brogdon is now a Clipper, and the Wizards got Marcus Morris and the 30th pick in the NBA draft.
Malcolm Brogdon on the Clippers, I think, is fantastic.
Steal.
Also, to note, the Clippers are possibly thinking, they're entertaining the idea of trading Paul George. So it's a little bit of insurance there. But I love that like, I think that works well with when you have Kawhi, Brogdon, Paul George. I think that all meshes together well. I think Kristaps
if they can all stay on the court.
I think Porzingis is honestly really overrated and downright terrible. So I don't really love that for the Bucks. I don't really know Celtics. Well, even worse. Actually, that's fantastic news. I don't know why I'm complaining. That's
great for us as fans, but from an objective perspective, it's just like
no. That's for us as Lakers fans. That's fantastic. That is awesome.
I'm just like, if I was looking at it from the Celtics perspective, interesting. Porzingis.
No, if I'm a Celtics fan right now, I'm like, what the hell? Why?
Yeah, it's weird. It's strange.
Who's their starting? It was not Robin Williams. Something Williams, right?
Honestly, Tatum might have been playing.
Oh, they're starting him at power forward. They're not starting him at center.
Porzingis, yeah, he'd be playing 4. Robert Williams 5 still, or Horford 5.
Oh.
Porzingis is better playing 4.
Yeah, no. If I'm Jaylen Brown, I'm asking immediately for outs right now.
If I was Jaylen Brown, maybe not ask for the out. More so like, Jason Tatum, I'd just be like, what the hell? But according to the ghost of Leroy Everett, the Celtics are planning on signing and trading Jaylen Brown, and I'm not entirely sure about this next detail, but I'm pretty sure that the sign and trade can go into effect when moratorium begins on July 1st.
Yes.
Like, overall free agency starts on the 6th, I think, but when it's that early sign period, I think it can happen. So
it's the early like 3 week, not 3 week. Is it 3 week, 3 days, something like that? The early period.
I think it's like 5 days now, but yeah. You have like a 5-day period where you could do deals.
Yeah, so that's where, like, obviously all the big information
that's when KD signed and stuff.
The other big news, we'll see where Jaylen Brown ends up going. Please God, send him to the Lakers. But
no, do not send him to the Lakers. No. I do not want a man who cannot dribble. No,
have him than AD.
No, there's a better option. There's a better option out there. It's not Jaylen
Brown. Speaking of better options, Damian Lillard, unfortunately for the Lakers, and the Heat really, has officially been shut down. All trade talks for Damian Lillard has been shut down by the Portland Trailblazers, and it makes me think Damian Lillard at this point is just being held hostage. That is obviously there's the whole talks of he wants to stay in Portland, like he's happy to stay in Portland. But at this point, you have to really think about it. Has it all been really Dame wanting to stay in Portland, or has he literally been held hostage and told what to say for like the past 5 years?
That's a good question, to be honest. Now that,
because I don't think anybody in their right mind
said we can't trust.
No, I don't think anybody in their right mind would want to stay in Portland.
Therefore, everything he's tweeted does not matter over the past, I don't know how long he's
4 years.
9 years.
Well, he's been there for obviously a long time, but the trade rumors have been around for like the last 3-4 years.
Oh, but I do think he he actually might be held hostage there.
No, he
You're
legitimately.
you're not off base there by any means. Like you might be onto something. To be
Damian
completely
Lillard,
honest.
I guarantee if you somehow are watching or listening to this, send out a cryptic tweet and include Waterboy Analytics in the tweet, and we will know that you're being held hostage. That's
Well, Portland has the number 3 pick in the draft, according to rumors going on right now. Well, we know who's going number 1. Victor Wembanyama is actually minus 100,000 on some
2
books.
is right now supposed to be the guy from
but
Bama.
the rumor right now is that number 2 is going to go to Brandon Miller. Charlotte Hornets are now leaning towards Brandon Miller, who Everett. I'm not sure if you saw this, but earlier today, when asked who is the greatest basketball player of all time, Brandon Miller said, no, it's not MJ or LeBron. It's Paul George.
It's not anybody you not Kobe, not LeBron, not MJ, not
Paul George.
Not even the best guy on the Clippers right now. No. Paul George.
Paul George. And when Brandon Miller said that, Big Cat had a very astute observation. That's one way to take his whole Alabama scandal out of everyone's attention, saying Paul George is the GOAT. So smart man.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know how to respond to that. But
I know. But Portland with the number 3 pick in the draft still, they're probably going to get Scoot Henderson,
right?
Who's a shooting guard, which can partner well with Lillard. The question is, what do they do with Anthony Simons? I don't know. I don't know what you do if you can get him on the bench. In. So maybe they go trade Simons now. I don't know.
I mean, look, at this point, with the way that Portland's set up, you're grasping at whatever comes to you. You're just going to try make whatever work. It's the same thing in the NFL. If you get a quarterback, great. If not, fuck that. Going into the next year, I'm drafting another quarterback, and I'm just trying to see what sticks until I can start building a team based on these pieces.
Yeah. I think go get Scoot, and you pray that he averages 25 a game his rookie year. You pray, boys. But yeah, NBA's in full swing. This is really exciting. Draft is coming up soon. Yeah, seems like we got the first 3 locked in. I believe the draft, when it begins, pretty sure Shams will leak the first 4 picks like 5 days in advance, 3 days in advance.
Yeah.
So
he'll spread them out like per like every couple hours. He'll like spread them out like every couple of hours too, just to get you on the hook. And there's nothing Woj can do about it.
Yeah. We can, we can look at that with Woj Shams. Their battles are pretty interesting right now. Woj, I think right now, technically it's 2-1 Shams in terms of major news. And 1 goes to Leroy. So I mean, Leroy's tied with Woj. So
that's that. Woj is really
Leroy equals
shout out Leroy. Shout out Leroy. It'll be the honestly, I think we might have to throw a parade the day that Waterboy Analytics beats Woj.
Yeah, if we ever beat Adrian Wojnarowski to a notable move, and by notable, like a role player counts. Like if we announced where JaMychal Green was going, that counts.
Give me Norman Powell.
That definitely counts. But if we beat Woj to that, no. Like we could take a victory lap. But all right, college football news, everybody. I have so little to talk about. No college football. Okay.
No, there is one thing actually. I got one thing. So this came out the other day, Tuesday. We obviously have heard the speculation of lawsuits possibly happening.
I know. Yeah.
So the big thing is there has now been a confirmed lawsuit versus EA for them, I guess, quote unquote, going over this. I don't know who is even somebody who's with this agency, but that EA has gone over this agency's head and given players money without talking to them. I don't know if we're ever going to get the game at this point, if this is the issue, but it's not even players who have this issue. It is the agencies trying to get money from these players' deals that has issues with it.
And I bet the agency takes, I bet for the college players, they probably take more than 20%. Like I bet they probably take more.
And 20% of $500, by the way. How lame do you have to be? Imagine. This is like
I'm pretty sure I have this correct, but it's like almost every single Division I college in the country is like signed to this agency, except like Notre Dame, USC, Army, and Navy, and a couple.
Imagine though,
USC, Notre Dame aren't in it.
Imagine you, for let's say hypothetically, you are a second string player on Oklahoma or whatever, right? You're getting your $500 deal, and then out of nowhere, you hear your agency is suing EA for them not getting the conversation so that they can steal your money, and it's $500.
Yeah.
Like
it's a funny little debacle we have currently, but yeah, I just want the game to come out.
Please.
While you have me on the subject, if I were to actually have one big request for the next college football game, let people recruit years in advance, like cycles in advance. Like, don't have it just be the upcoming season for recruiting. Let me divvy up some of my recruiting time to seasons in advance if I need to. That's my one request. That's it. Maybe that's too much to ask. Maybe we should just retract that, but that's my only request.
Yeah, everything's too much to ask.
Yeah, we're not gonna get the game.
No,
we're not gonna get it. You know, do you see they added like 2 extra trade slots for Madden? Yeah, that's enough.
That's like keep in mind, by the way, this is in a year where EA's and NFL specifically has stated this is a make or break year for Madden.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, we're overhauling franchise mode. We're making all the changes because we see how many people complain. What do they come out with? They come out with a game-breaking Patrick Mahomes,
oh my God,
no-look diving pass that any quarterback can use.
I guarantee he'll be the only quarterback that can do those animations in the game.
I don't know. I think it's a superstar X factor. And on top of that, they added 2
crazy throws.
They added 2 trade slots, and I guarantee you they probably reworked
and more ability slots.
They probably reworked like the main screen layout, and they're like perfect.
They just changed the background color.
No, literally. They 1 year they were like, okay, you know what? This is gonna be our difference maker in franchise mode this year. Instead of having a generic background
from blue to yellow.
No, instead of changing the color this year, let's make the background my coach. Let's make it your my player.
Yes,
it's like, dude,
that was it. Let's have him sitting in his office.
Yes, you can see a TV in the background with some pictures of plays that will get deleted by the game 2 days later.
No, actually, though, you're dead accurate. That's actually the big change they brought to franchise mode.
Do we want to segment this into the NFL? Okay, MLB.
Real quick, MLB. I got an updated opinion on the Dodgers trade deadline. I've after some realization after airing out that I think we should not go hard at the deadline, not try to get
hold on. Speaking of the MLB, why the fuck is Gratterall the starting pitcher today?
Oh, opener game because it's Michael Grove. Yikes. But usually if you're going to do an opener, you want to be opposite hand of whatever the starter or intended starter is supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I guess with this, they're just I guess what they read is that Trout is better against lefties than Ohtani against righties, and they gave the righty.
Anyways, back to your point.
Back to the Dodger trade situation. So I've kind of updated my opinion where I think we have taken it for granted making the playoffs for like 13 years straight. That's not an easy thing to do. I mean, up until a couple years ago, if I have this correct, only 10 teams made the playoffs each year. Now it's 12 with a little wild card expansion, but a little over a third of the league makes the playoffs every year. It's hard to make the playoffs in the MLB. That's not easy to do. And with that in mind, and not so much this last part, but a little bit, Freddie and Mookie, they're not getting any younger, and I would say they have already peaked in their careers. But the Dodgers window, it's open right now. Although we've been complaining, we've been pretty upset recently. We're only 3.5 games out of first place right now. We are in third place in the NL West, true, but we are closer to first place than many other teams.
You know what? We're closer to first place than the Padres still, and that's all that matters.
Well, we're still 5 games ahead of the Padres.
That's all that matters.
So like,
it's all that
Padres
matters.
aren't even a thought right now. Not even.
That's the point.
We're not thinking about them.
That's the point.
But let's keep the focus on us. Forget about them. Keep the eyes on the prize. All right. When we have this core, when we have opportunities to compete, we are, I don't know, 41-33 right now. Part of me thinks that as long as we have opportunities to win a World Series, we should go after names at the deadline, and we should try to win it every year, regardless of the prospects we give up. So I'm kind of going back and forth with this, but I'm just thinking in 10, 15, 20 years from now, what are the odds that the Dodgers will still be making the playoffs for a decade straight?
Look, let's put it this way. The likelihood that the Dodgers make the playoffs every single year for the next decade is not very likely. I don't know if there's been really any team that's ever been able to make 23, 24 consecutive years.
I would go out on a limb and say it's never happened.
It's just never happened. And every team at some point has a couple of years where they're not good. But the thing with the Dodgers is, we know how sports work, right? When you have teams that are so significant, the MLB is going to try and put them in places where they can succeed. And the Dodgers, outside of, I would say, probably the second most notable franchise in the MLB behind the Yankees.
Yeah.
So that's that. I think personally, look, you look at it this way. Historically speaking, Dodgers have always been good. Franchises that historically are good have years where they have a couple bad seasons, but they always come back and bounce back. And that's because the way that those teams are ran, the way that the MLB wants them ran, like the way that the approval system works, all is set up to support those teams. So that aside, if we're looking at just the players that we have right now, obviously everybody wants to compete for the ring. And if you're in a position where, it's still obtainable, right? Or you think you want to always think that you can win it. And that's the Dodgers mentality.
Yeah.
But in my mind, right, there's a difference between making a significant trade right now because you're thinking 5 years and like ahead of now, you don't know if we're going to be able to make it, and making that big trade, or still being able to compete, but not getting rid of all these players that might actually make a significant contribution down the road. Because let's say this, if it's 4 years down the road, right, those players that you might have traded away for a big name,
trust me, Jordan Alvarez and O'Neal Cruz. Trust me, I know.
They might not be significant at all, or they might be Jordan Alvarez and O'Neal Cruz.
Downs or Jordan Alvarez.
So it can be either or. But the way that the Dodgers farm system has always worked is every team wants somebody in there. Every team. So in my mind, it is way better to just sit there with who you got. Maybe shore up a little bit of these, like, put some Band-Aids on some of these position groups and make it through the rest of the season, because if you're getting one big name guy is not going to fix the other little position issues that you have. So you're going to you're spending all that money for one guy that might just be here for 1 year. And let's put it this way. This season, right, if we're spending everything, like we went all in on Max Scherzer, Trevor Bauer that one season, right, to try and go and win the chip. Okay. That was the best position the team was in to do that. But if you go and do that right now, when the team's not in a position where it's not built to do that, then it's just wasting money.
Yeah, I get what you're saying from that angle. I would say one thing that I'm thinking about is, I look at past teams that have made World Series runs or won the World Series. 2021, the Braves were sub 500 in like June, sub 500 in May. Like,
no, look, they always teams are always,
we are in June. There is still hope. It's only June. Teams we're not even halfway through the year.
Teams can turn the corner, but if you think about it this way, you bring a guy in, you're disrupting the whole flow of things, right? Sometimes you need to get rid of a guy or two, Syndergaard. But
yeah, I think he's gonna stay on the DL for.
Yeah, he's gonna be there for a while. But you're disrupting the whole flow of things. And let's think about this. Do you have more faith in Dave Roberts being able to right the ship, turn it around with the guys he's got in the locker room and everybody who's been cohesive, or
with no trades?
With no trades or minimal trades, right? We're just kind of shoring up a couple position groups, maybe trying to get some depth or something, right? Or would you rather get a big name guy who's coming in and now we're trying to fix the whole thing, and now everybody's under this impression, all right, we got this guy, so now we have to win. And we all know how the Dodgers are when they get in their heads like that, and they're like, oh, we deserve this. Like this is our thing, right? When they get entitled, they start to lose.
Oh, I just did something bad, Everett. I just talked myself into this being the most dangerous postseason Dodger team because we are not expected to win, and we're now playing as the underdogs.
But here's the thing: if you trade for a big name player outside of Ohtani, then you're even more entitled. Then you're going to be entitled.
Well, I'm thinking this right. Like, well, this is another thing. If it were up to me, I do think that it's multiple positions we have to fill, not just one spot.
So here's the thing: is you need to have
relievers. Like ideally, we need 4.
You need to have. It's the same thing in the NFL where you have to build the team around before you put the last key piece in there. The team is not built this season to handle this. It is not the players. There's been
compared to past years. Oh yeah,
but even those past years when we haven't won the chip, when that hasn't happened, when we haven't won the World Series, the team's been together. It's been some of the best teams. So in my mind, like you're missing these pieces that you need to have in order to win, and you're not going to. One big name reliever, one big name closer is not going to show up. I'd rather have several 3 ERA relievers than one.
My ideal like trade partners is get Giolito and Joe Kelly back, and then get Chapman and Andrew Trout, or Chapman and what is his name? Not Andrew Chapman. I'll get it, but those 2 we can get for pretty cheap.
I would like Joe Kelly back. That'd be nice.
Scott Barlow. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
He doesn't seem like he'd be that expensive to trade for, does he?
No.
I think we should go get him.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Trade deadline's coming up. Obviously, a lot to debate in the Dodgers fan base right now. Personally,
at this point, I'm just saying, give us a while. Just give us.
I also don't want to raise I don't want to raise the luxury tax for somebody who
we'll be okay. Luxury tax. We didn't go over it this year. Like last year, we paid the highest luxury tax because we went over it 2 seasons straight. But next year, the Mets are going to get it bad. The Mets are going to get it bad.
They didn't even get anything out of
because if you go over if you go into the luxury tax multiple years, then the tax increases even more.
Yeah.
And the Mets are going to go over again.
Okay. So
yeah, that's all on MLB.
Let's get in the NFL real quick.
Last thing. Oh, sorry, I had to say this. The record for most consecutive postseason appearances in MLB history is the Braves with 14. The Dodgers are currently at 10. So this is the best, like
this season
stretch, but this is the best.
This season will stretch. Let me put it this way: this season will determine whether or not that record is going to be broken.
Yeah, it might be done at 10.
Okay, so NFL, I have 2 lists. Obviously, we'll wrap up with your list to encompass everything. First thing, and
news first.
Yeah, so I have 2 news things, and then I have a dumping. First thing, have you seen the picture of the Lions' new helmet? They have an alternate helmet.
I could like check it more in depth, but yes,
So it is like this color blue.
Yes.
It's like this color blue.
Whoa, no free ads. Hide that. Whoa. Blur that one out. Yeah. Just the color, guys.
For you guys watching, assume that it's a non-descriptive Logan Paul brand sports drink. Okay, and it's blue raspberry flavor.
So you plugged it. Okay.
I said non-descriptive. Okay. Anyways, it's that color.
I'm looking at the helmet now.
It's interesting.
What do these 2 bars represent?
So when they're like 90, they're 90 years logo, like their logo for being being made and or established 90 years ago has the 2 bars in the background. And oh wow. So they took that and put that on the back, and it's supposed to symbolize it's like their 90-year anniversary, which to me makes zero sense. I don't know how I would know that unless they told me that, but
yeah,
it would have looked so much better if they just took those bars off and it was just the line.
Yeah, I mean, just the old lion looks pretty cool. Like, I mean, if we're on the topic of like old school mascots, if you want to see, or just logos, if you want to see like real cool old school logos, look up college logos in like the 50s.
Oh, it's because it's like
cool.
all mascots and sick.
It's so
sick.
Cool. Like, oh my God. Like, if you're gonna make a throwback helmet, like college teams,
that should be it. That should be it. Separate note, different now. I don't know if you saw this. So the Bills are currently selling season tickets for their new stadium that's going to be made in like the next couple of years.
Oh yeah.
There are apparently 60,000 seats in the venue. They have sold 63,000 season tickets. So the math there doesn't add up. Some people are definitely getting booted. Here's my other question. Let's say hypothetically, the entirety of the season ticket holders all show up to the game. Does that mean there's no away fans? Is it just Bills fans?
That's a good question, Everett.
Is it just Bills fans?
I didn't consider that aspect, the other team.
Like, that would be the biggest home field advantage ever.
It is confirmed that they already sold 63,000 season tickets.
It is confirmed
because it sounds like somebody messed up in ticket sales.
It is confirmed that 63,000 season ticket holder. There are currently 63,000 season ticket holders, and the new stadium is expected to have only 60,000 seats.
My only conclusion this is awful, but you don't get every single home game for the season. That's the only conclusion.
But that's still the season. If you're a season,
no, that's what I'm saying. It's not a season ticket.
My guess is they're at 60. My guess is they're at
63.
They're at 63, and they're probably going to narrow it down to like 40.
But people have already bought it, so how do you decide?
I don't think they bought. I don't know.
Well, I thought is it confirmed that they're purchased, or do they have that on the waiting list? Like, those are different things. But like, because if they've sold it, then obviously you can.
Okay, I don't think that it's sold officially, because it says the most important piece of information continues to be the price. The 2022 survey suggested that the prices will start at $500 and increase to $16,000, and that season ticket holders will be contacted in the summer to discuss.
I would assume that's the waiting list. I don't know.
I don't know if it's a waiting list. It probably is. Whatever.
It doesn't matter. Wait, this is the Buffalo currently has 63,000 season ticket holders for their previous stadium.
Oh, and so they're going down in size.
That's it.
Okay.
Still, that's a big problem. Oh my! Wait. I have even more questions. Okay. Why would you build a $1.6 billion stadium? We're gonna get to the dome aspect in a second. But why would you build a $1.6 billion stadium that has less seats than your previous stadium and cannot even seat all of your season ticket holders? Why would you do that? That's question number one. I don't expect you to have an answer to that. I don't know if anyone has an answer to that question, to be honest. That's one of the stupidest mistakes I've ever seen in my life by the Buffalo Bills owner, whoever approved this or whatever the hell. Second, why would you not build a domed roofed stadium in Buffalo?
So I actually have the answer. I actually have the answer to that.
Everett, by not doing, I have the answer as well. By not putting a dome on there, there is, the weather better than me. But I'm not
from the New York area. I don't know New York. I don't know.
But East Coast weather. You can think of like snow. Okay, I misspoke.
We all know that Buffalo gets a lot of. Buffalo gets a shit ton of snow.
How many months of the year? 3.
In Buffalo gets snow from like October to like April.
So you're making my point even better. So let's say half the year it's snowing.
No, yeah, obviously.
So that means half the year you cannot host any non-football event.
No, obviously, and that probably goes into the.
I also understand it's Buffalo. Not sure how big.
But I think that is the whole thing obviously is that the stadium is supposed to be specific and dedicated for the Bills, and
retractable roof.
That's probably what they could have done, but I think that they want the environment, the weather.
They mess it up. They chunked it. You know, the
Also,
dome
to be fair,
aspect's a different debate. But the
retractable
seats,
roofs.
oh yeah, they chunked the seats.
Retractable roofs don't really work well in winter, so that's the other thing.
Well, if they want their snow so badly,
that's literally what they want.
If they want the snow so bad, and to be honest, if I was Buffalo, I would want to play in the snow. Like those players are used to it. Like that is an advantage. Playing in the snow consistently, like that is an advantage. But,
okay,
yeah,
I have
Buffalo Bills owner. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I'm about to demonstrate to you why Packers fans are absolutely delusional.
I have a feeling I know what this is. Does it have anything to do with the Bears?
No, it has to do with Christian Watson. We obviously miss Jordan Love. We obviously miss Jordan Love.
Yeah, I realized
wishing the Bears a happy Father's Day. I don't know. He already has CTE, and
he has. Did you hear that? Did that not pick up the voice crack I just had? That was the worst voice crack I've ever had. Did that not pick up? No, I'm actually gonna be mad if it didn't pick up. That was so bad. I want that recorded. Holy shit. Did you not just hear the squeal? I sound like a barking squirrel right there. I don't know what noise I just made. Whatever. I'm sorry. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm shocked I just produced that.
But outside of Jordan Love, this is from the last literal 2 days. That this has happened between this Packers fan and the entirety of NFL and specifically Vikings Twitter. And Packers Twitter fans have jumped on and supported this dude. So this is all of Packers Twitter at this point.
All right, they're all up in arms.
This is two separate arguments that have been made in favor of Christian Watson. All right. First thing, I gotta
Someone
find.
Say he's better than Garrett or Olave.
Oh,
I know they did, but just like kind of.
You wish. All right. So the first thing is he said Christian Watson's ceiling is higher than Justin Jefferson's.
Amazing.
First thing. Second thing, after the fact that he started losing this argument, and I'll get into the details on that, he said, and I quote, I got to pull it up. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I need the full quote. You've got me very interested.
Randy Moss is one of the most physically gifted wide receivers of all time.
Okay.
But Christian Watson has a better athletic profile than Randy Moss.
I'm not even sure if this is true, but the only way you could somehow like claim that is if somehow Christian Watson's draft numbers I know his draft numbers are really good. I'm not sure they're better than Randy Moss.
Let's put it. If somebody was
how exactly you.
If somebody was so athletically gifted, more gifted than arguably the best or second best wide receiver of all time,
at minimum two. I would still put him one because that's who I got to see.
Yeah.
But whatever.
At minimum two. Why would they have to play 5 years in FCS football at North Dakota, and then North Dakota State, and then drop 600 yards as the wide receiver 1 with Aaron Rodgers?
I actually think it's South Dakota State. We might have both.
No, it's North Dakota. It's North Dakota.
Okay. I just know they're green. But yeah, why did he have to go there and play with Trey Lance, a failed NFL quarterback? Everett.
Then he was like, okay, yeah, talking about Justin Jefferson's ceiling. All right. He's like, Justin Jefferson's career high is 10 touchdowns in a season. Career high for a season is 10 touchdowns.
Oh, that can't be his reasoning why.
And then he goes, Christian Watson had 9 his rookie season. Dude, Taysom Hill had 11. Taysom Hill had 11 in one season. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's not the debate you want to take.
Who cares about touchdowns to begin with, dude? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I would say, actually, out of any position group, touchdowns matter the least for receivers. Literally. I would actually say.
The thing that matters the most, obviously we talk about yards, the thing that matters the most is your ability to separate.
Targets, catches, or just stats-wise, what matters more in terms of how dominant a receiver is? Targets, receptions, or yards?
Receptions.
Okay. Targets, I think, could also count, dude.
Targets, but also you could
Depends
just
on
get
the
a high volume and literally miss all of them. Catches, you could.
No, yeah, I know. There's a little woo.
But that also brings in you have Michael Thomas, slant boy, catching it right over the middle. So, I mean, could be whatever. Like,
I mean, his quarterback could not throw the ball past 10 yards.
I know. But
I'm just saying,
it
asked Drew Brees to throw 10-yard outs, and it's just picked off.
It blows my mind how absolutely delusional you have to be to say Christian Watson could feasibly at all become a better wide receiver than what Justin Jefferson has done right now.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
You would be lucky. You would be lucky for him to like obtain.
Go off.
I don't know. Terry McLaurin status right now.
Whoa. Okay, now you're just disrespecting my. What the hell? Why did you have to go there? Okay, why do you have to?
I'm thinking of like okay, DK Metcalf.
I don't want to say this, but I think Christian Watson has more touchdowns in a single season than Terry McLaurin. I'm not sure.
Who the fuck cares?
I'm saying, hey, who cares? That battle over Terry.
Look, Chris Olave has a better chance of being an elite receiver than Christian Watson.
The most touchdowns Terry McLaurin's ever had in a season is 7. So
obviously, clearly, Christian Watson's already better than.
I think James Conner had 18 touchdowns 2 years ago too. Best running back in the league,
right? It has to be.
The only one I'll accept is the Eckler for leading the league in touchdowns for the past 2 seasons. Slightly different. I'm not saying he's the best running back in the league, though. I wouldn't even put him top 5. I'd put him at like 8. And I'm biased. I'll admit it. You know, maybe he's not even top 10, Everett. Fine. Sue me for being a fan. But I don't even say Eckler's
also.
I don't put him.
Also, Christian Watson, 35 days older than Justin Jefferson.
No. Shut up.
Yeah. Christian Watson, born May 12th, 1999. Justin Jefferson, June 16th, 1999. So, Packers fans
have the potential over him either. I'm just saying, guys, you know what's truly terrifying, Everett? Is that Justin Jefferson hasn't peaked yet.
Is that 2024?
Is that not terrifying?
He turned 24 6 days ago of uploading this.
I'm happy that Justin Herbert hasn't peaked yet. Like, that's terrifying. Terrifying. The best receiver in the NFL is probably 3 years away from his peak. 4.
Like,
that's terrifying. That's horrifying.
I think that Christian Watson would be lucky to have a ceiling of Doug Baldwin, Tyler Lockett.
That's all I'm saying. Jair Alexander, you know, he might have had a good week 18 or whatever, but after these off seasons keep piling up.
Let's review this tape and let's just see how many people that he needed to help him to guard Justin Jefferson. Let's go from there. Not to mention he got absolutely waxed week 1. Huh?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like week 1.
Yeah, he got waxed. That's my favorite clip to show is Justin Jefferson man on man.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm pressing him.
Sure I made an
snapped
NFL
his entire leg.
I'm not sure if we did it back then, but yeah, probably
snapped his whole leg. Okay. So that was my little rant. To wrap up the episode, yeah, Packers fans, you are absolutely delusional. Come on now. I understand you need to have some happiness, but putting your faith in Christian Watson is
all I gotta say. Everett, Dodger game just started. Bruzdar struck out the first guy. He's got Shohei and Trout.
Maybe he's our new. Maybe he's going to be our next starting pitcher.
Yeah, he's on number 3 in the rotation.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, by the time it's the 3rd inning, his arm legitimately disintegrates into sand.
It's Hunter Green. That's what happens to Hunter Green. Okay. I'm gonna give
calling out Notre Dame boys like that.
I'm gonna give my 2 lists.
I hate him. Fuck Giancarlo Stanton. No, I'm with it. I'm
gonna give my 2 lists, and we'll wrap up with yours. Unfortunately, we teased it last week, but unfortunately,
he walked Ohtani. It's all right.
Unfortunately, Secretariat is not making an appearance today.
Yeah, I'll be honest. That's kind of the reason why we created this list in the first place, just to put Secretariat at 1. But hey,
it's okay. It's in spirit of Secretariat. All right. Best backup quarterbacks. This is not fantasy. This is pure NFL. This is who I want to have as my number 2.
Question: how much of a factor is being a nice guy for this list? Because backup quarterback should be really nice. It didn't go into the. It's all right if it didn't. I was just saying, hey, it's something to keep an eye on, something to look out.
It's there and it's not. It's there and it's not.
Character, personality.
It's there and it's not. All right, we're gonna go 10-1 for this list. All right, here we go.
Wait, real quick. Sorry, we can confirm Nick Foles is the greatest backup quarterback ever, right?
Yes, except he is not on a team right now. So,
or is it Cardell Jones for being a third string?
No, it's Nick. It's Nick Foles.
Okay.
But he's not on a team right now, so I can't put him on the list, unfortunately.
Just asking.
All right, 10-1. Here we go. Tyrod Taylor, Bailey Zappi, Mike White, Cooper Rush, Jameis Winston, Sam Darnold, Gardner Minshew, Andy Dalton, Taylor Heineke, and Jacoby Brissett.
I'll be honest, I stopped listening after the first name. Punctured lung Tyrod Taylor's still in the NFL? I thought we literally ended him. What?
He's on the Giants.
Oh my God.
He's still there.
Wow. Okay, I did not know that. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's still kicking.
Okay. Wow.
It was between him and Case Keenum. I wasn't going to be biased and put Case Keenum, so I put Tyrod Taylor.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I did not think he was playing in the NFL anymore after our head med staff member, who was on staff for about 23 years until he was recently fired, punctured his lung in week 1, which might have actually been the greatest thing that ever happened in Chargers franchise history, because that led to Herbert starting that game, winning week 1 against the Chiefs. Against the Chiefs in his NFL debut that he did not know he was going to play in. So, it was maybe the greatest punctured lung in the history of sports. From a franchise perspective.
Probably the only
franchise
probably the only
utilitarian perspective.
Probably the only punctured lung that has actually ended up with a positive note for the team.
Hey, I mean, knowing that he's still playing in the NFL, knowing that Tyrod Taylor is still playing, knowing that makes me feel better if I joke about his punctured lung. So
okay. Second list, top 10 non-quarterbacks who deserve play calling rights.
Okay, real quick, I just want to say when we like came up with the inception of this idea, it all started off. Who was our guy? Stephon Diggs demanding that he should essentially be the number 2 option ahead of Josh Allen behind the OC and how the play should be called. So with that in mind, to be fair, Stephon,
pretty good. I mean,
after last season, maybe, yeah. But yeah.
Also, just to clarify for this, because I mean, it is assuming.
I think there should be a handful of centers potentially in this category. We didn't think about that, but
no, we didn't. We're thinking more
positional
value players.
Yeah.
The thought of this is, all right, you're now in a hurry up offense, right? You want a player to make this call. So, for instance, Jamar Chase isn't on this because Joe Burrow obviously has the ability to do make whatever call necessary, right?
And also, this player is not mentioned, but Steelers 2-minute, oh yeah, no, Freiermuth even you call the play over Pickett.
Their centers probably calling the plays. Let's be honest there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go. Let's go 1 to 10 in this list. Let's go 1 to 10. It'll make a little bit more sense. All right. Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Scary Terry, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Cooper Kupp, Saquon Barkley, and Adam Thielen.
Yeah, my first thoughts initially were if you have, before we were just conjuring the list, my thoughts were if you have a Kyle Shanahan running the show, yeah, you prefer him calling plays. However,
this is no offense, coaches are calling.
I do think McCaffrey, should have some input.
If we're on the line and you're making audible calls, just to shift the play, not adjust for the offensive line and shit. Obviously quarterbacks do. But if you're just there, who should be able to make that fucking audible? These are the guys. These are the guys who are also you're getting in the huddle, everybody's talking, obviously quarterback's talking, and you're No, then you're in the
But
backyard
if it's Kenny
football.
Pickett, you know, the tight
Yeah,
ends.
but this is like the backyard football. I'm drawing it up on the football on my hand, like, hey,
I'm
you're running
sorry,
post
Steelers
route.
fans. I don't know why I came after you today,
But there's that. Let's wrap it up with your list here.
yeah, this one's a little bit more controversial. This one was a bit more difficult to make. Top 10 greatest athletes of the 21st century. I have some reasoning as well that we could go over. I'll make it brief at the end as well, but here are the top 10 greatest athletes of the 21st century. Honorable mention, Cristiano Ronaldo. Serena Williams, Floyd Mayweather, Novak Djokovic, Usain Bolt, Roger Federer, Tom Brady, LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Lionel Messi, and Michael Phelps, baby. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. What Michael Phelps did? Are you
disgusting?
Kidding me?
Disgusting.
Are you kidding me?
I also want to note that he's hit the longest televised putt in history.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, certainly above Tiger then with that. Michael Phelps. At the time when he was swimming, he set 39 world records, Everett. 39? 39 world records, Everett. 39 world records. Currently, only 3 of them are still in place, but who cares? That's why Secretary is the GOAT. Those records still stand from 1973.
Yeah.
But we're just limiting it to the 21st century. But 39 world records, 23 gold medals, most in Olympic history, 13 individual medals, most in Olympic history, most medals won at a specific individual Olympics with 8-time world swimmer of the year. Michael Phelps is number 1, ladies and gentlemen. He's number 1. Number 2, Messi, Everett. 7 Ballon d'Ors, best player in the world. 6 European Golden Boots.
Let's clarify. This is also since 2000.
Since 2000. That's why Floyd Mayweather got knocked. He technically was only 28-0 in the
Now he's 28-1.
50.
Now he's 28-1 because you knocked him out.
Huh?
Top 10. Okay. I was trying to make a joke.
Oh.
You said knocked him out of the. Okay.
Floyd's in this. He's at 9.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
You said he got knocked, and I instantly was like, okay.
But yeah, 7 Ballon d'Ors, Messi, 6 gold boots, which means he scored the most goals out of anyone in Europe of all the top 5 leagues. He had the most goals. That happened 6 times. And he won 2 trebles and a World Cup. Only 10 teams have ever won the treble. He has 2 of them. 20%.
It's gonna be a sad day when he retires. Let's put it that way.
Well, let's just say I am already working on trying to get tickets when Inter Miami plays LAFC.
Yeah, good luck with that.
The worst possible seats are currently at around $500.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But yeah, him at 2. Tiger Woods at 3. 82 PGA Tour wins, 110 total, 13 majors in the 2000s, 4 Masters in the 2000s, and he's the only golfer in the history of the sport to win 4 majors in a single calendar year.
Also one of the Masters was coming back after a career-changing spinal fusion.
Social life surgery, or life social just changes. The adversity he went through to win that 2019 Masters, it brings a tear to my eye seeing him hug Charlie Woods, who, I mean, realistically, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, he'll be the greatest athlete of the 21st century. But
no, for real, like literally, we
either
calling it right
Matt
now.
Holiday's kids.
I called
Matt Holiday's gonna have 2 kids go number 1 in the draft. What is he doing to those kids, Everett?
All I'm saying, I called Luis Ariz last year being.
I'll give you
phenomenal.
That. But I'm not sure if you remember this, but I remember you specifically saying he's going to hit 400 in the next 2 seasons. I literally remember you saying that. I'm not sure if you remember. I'm going to give you props here.
Vaguely, but I'll take it.
That's all right.
I'm calling it right.
Charlie
Woods.
I was like, Everett, Ted Williams is the only guy to ever do that. Right?
And I'm like,
and
I don't care.
Yeah, who is that?
Charlie Woods, if you've seen any clips of him, he has the exact same motions of every single everything is exactly identical to Tiger Woods. Charlie Woods is going to be fighting with Tiger Woods for a top spot when it's said and done.
I just hope he doesn't get interested in Fortnite because he's probably really good at that too.
I think
we'll go over the rest quickly because they're not that crazy. LeBron's at 4, only player to win 3 finals MVPs on 3 different teams, but he has 4. Tom Brady 5, little controversial, but I mean, the dude had a top 10 defense every single year, and that's half the game that he's not playing in. So, I mean, he gets knocked down a little bit. Roger Federer at 6. You know, I'm not quite ready to put Djokovic over Federer, even though he has 3.
Whoa, it's not even
3 more majors. When it's all said and done, he's over him. He already has 3 more majors. Like when I read that, I was like, damn, I feel like the discussion's closed now. I also didn't know Federer just retired last year.
Yes.
I thought he was out for like 4 years.
No, but so in tennis, he's been retiring out of events for a while because of injury, and then he officially, because like in tennis, instead of like saying like, oh, I'm forfeiting, what you just say, I'm retiring from the tournament.
Oh, so don't get me wrong. Like I saw like the clay stuff, you're sliding. Oh, I'd retire from that when I was like 30. If I was him, I would retire from that at like 34. We're done with that. We're just doing grass and normal. What grass
clay.
And clay? Not
clay hard court. You have hard clay court. Yeah.
Usain Bolt 8 for 8 in the Olympics.
Don't need to say much.
Still holds 3 world records. Yeah. Joker at 8, and not Nikola Jokic, like the actual Joker. Novak Djokovic. 23 majors, most of all time. I mean, shit. Real. I'm interested. What does he have to do to be over Federer in your book? Can he never beat Federer in your book? Is it just like a legacy, just growing up watching Federer thing?
It's partially that.
Which I'm fine with.
It's also, I think it's head to head and just like the general, like what have you done for the sport kind of deal.
I have not looked at the head to head, to be honest. So
Djokovic if Djokovic keeps winning titles and he can surpass it, but it's when you kind of get to the discrepancy and like the titles.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't Djokovic like not been able to play in like
he's had
open the past 2 years for like
COVID So there's just some discrepancies and it's kind of opinionly based. In my opinion, Federer will probably always be above him, but
we'll see. I'm just seeing Djokovic leads the all-time head-to-head record, 27-23 with Federer. He's 13-6 against Federer in finals. Everett. I think Djokovic is the GOAT. He has a better record than Federer. Oh my God. I think I just put out a phony list.
I don't think it's phony at all.
I texted the not our friend from New York, but I texted the only other person I know who like kind of follows tennis, and he also said no, still Federer over Djokovic.
It is,
but as an outsider, actually using my own brain, is it just his status?
It's the impact on the sport.
That's the only thing I can see, because I've known Federer for way longer than Djokovic. That's the only thing I can understand here. But
the impact on the sport.
8, Floyd at 9 because he only was 28-0, and Serena at 10. To be honest, Serena probably should have been higher. That's on me. Serena realistically should be above Roger Federer. At least Serena's the undisputed GOAT in her category of sport. Federer isn't. So, at least Serena has that. Serena's the undisputed GOAT of tennis. Yep. Gonna go out and say that. Yeah, you can sue me for that.
All right.
No debate for female tennis. It is a debate.
No, for female, 100%. 100%.
That's my reasoning.
100%. With that, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. Make sure to follow me and Grant at Everett's Takes and at WaterboyGrant on Twitter. You can make sure, please subscribe, like, favorite, download, share content with everybody. Make sure to check us out, like I said, on YouTube, TikTok, post clips every day, upload every Tuesday and Thursday. With that, Waterboy's out.